Oh, it is Friday morning for you, but it's Thursday night for me. And we've got a couple of things I want to cover and react to. The first one's very, very peculiar. Florida teen falsely claimed he was kidnapped and shot. Boy. Now, I know this story. This story is brought to me by Reese Waters when I watched his video just like maybe a couple hours ago. I'm like, that'd be fun for me to poke fun at. So, we're going to poke fun at this kid. Join with me.
Now with that breaking news, in just the last 2 hours, we learned that 17-year-old pictured here, reported to be kidnapped last night, is safe.
Look at that little innocent face. There's no way he could have any racist intentions or any racist bone in his body possibly passed down by his parents at all. Nah, I don't think so.
Good afternoon. I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sagowski. Deputies now say the original report of a kidnapping was completely made up, a lie. The initial Amber Alert scene was on Southwest Highway 484 in Denellen, but now investigators tell us they no longer believe he was taken from there. Channel 9's Nick Pampantonis live in Ocala. Nick, he wasn't kidnapped.
He wasn't kidnapped? What?
Yeah, that came from a text that he sent his mother. There was no van filled with Hispanic men, and investigators are now trying to figure out why he said that to her. The panicked search for 17-year-old Caden Spate ending around 1 o'clock Friday afternoon, when deputies found the boy whose face was plastered on an Amber Alert 30 miles from where he told his mom he was shot and kidnapped.
We are with him right now, and he is in good health.
Deputies say Caden's story fell apart after they could find no evidence of a kidnapping. Instead, they say he visited this Walmart and several other stores.
Kids are so dumb. Like, kids are smart at the same time, but they are so dumb. How are you going to fake a kidnapping, right, and then go to a Walmart where there's a bunch of cameras? No thought was put into this whatsoever. Missing teen found alive. He ain't mentally well. I wouldn't put well in there because there ain't nothing well about this kid.
Surveillance photos showing him buying a bike, a tent, a sleeping bag, and other gear. Neighbors also questioning the boy's claims hours before deputies dismissed the kidnapping narrative.
That same boy came by on a bicycle, just driving slow right down the middle of the road. So if he was shot at on 484 and then stopped here and the Hispanics kidnapped him, well, why weren't they here when I passed by?
Yeah, see, this dude, he's had enough of these little teens running around here being assholes. He's tired of these little shit asses. You can tell it. You know what? This man right here has a love for the 80s and 90s, especially 80s and 90s country. And I don't drink, but I'd buy this man a beer. This man looks like he needs a nice cold beer.
You know, again, investigators are still working through that why, which is right now that question that everybody wants the answer to. The one part of Caden's story that was true was there was a shooting. He was not shot. We're going to get into that investigation.
So, they don't really go into it further, I guess. As they said in the video, this young white teen decided he was going to blame 4 imaginary Hispanics, say they kidnapped him, texts his mama the whole details, and then shoots himself in the foot. And I don't mean metaphorically, because he did that when he went to Walmart. He did that when he actually shot himself in the foot. Now, why? Apparently, the parents aren't going to allow him to talk to the police. I'm sorry, okay? But they probably racist. They probably racist. Let me tell you why. Because my mom and my dad, if my ass went out and did something like this, I promise you, they would be telling me to talk to the cops. They'd be dragging me by my ears, and they would have me in front of the cops. And if I didn't say one damn word and I kept my silence, they'd smack me in the back of the head. So you better talk to them right now. You notice when parents get mad, they usually use that like AM radio voice and talk through the teeth like, "You better I swear to God." Yeah, that's what I would have got. So the fact that they're being protective of this, he used resources. He wasted people's time. He had people panicking. That one man could have had a cold beer instead of worrying about some kid riding a bike and having to talk to the reporters. MMIW. MMIP. Missing murdered indigenous women, missing and murdered indigenous people. We don't get covered when our women, our sisters, and our people go missing. We don't get covered at all. We don't get this attention. So to me, I'm joking about it, but I'm sickened because there are plenty of our sisters, plenty of our brothers who do not get noticed, do not get their news moment. They don't get the word broadcasted. We gotta look for them. We gotta spread the word ourselves. The tacoed again. For how long? I have no idea. But this would be fun. So let's see what the leaders are saying in the East Bay about Trump calling off the federal surge.
We begin with Valina Jones, live at the entrance to the Coast Guard Island in Alameda, where agents arrived this morning, and they were met by quite a number of protesters, Valina.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we spent part of our day actually talking to immigrant communities, all who were too afraid to talk to us on camera. But I did speak to one person who is a manager at a local business here in Oakland who tells me half of his staff decided not to show up to work just out of fear that ICE may be coming to their place of business. And
see, that's so despicable. That shows you that they are not going after criminals, that you got people who I don't care if they're not legal, because I live by the phrase, nobody's illegal on stolen land, okay? But these people are coming over here to work. They're literally not coming to work out of fear. Not coming to work out of fear. Because they may have the opportunity that they have right now to feed their families, pay their bills, and try to better themselves, ripped away, all because of a racist mango, a couch fucker, and the rest of their bootlicker army. All right.
East Bay leaders are urging for calm and collective action.
These federal actions are not about public safety as they try to pretend, and that's what they're doing. They're political stunts designed to divide and to intimidate. Oakland will not take the bait.
In Oakland today, federal, state, city, and community leaders putting up a united front, telling a crowd they're ready to respond if ICE moves in. They also say while the president may have called off a planned action in San Francisco, they're unclear what that means for the greater Bay Area. Mayor Lee says she hasn't heard from President Trump.
No, I haven't. I've spoken with Mayor Lurie and others, and it's very fluid right now, and we'll keep you posted as we get.
There are people that are in his ear that are running the show. So what would be the reason? I think there's ultimately a reason here. I don't know. Or maybe it could be the fact that he learned the West Coast don't play this shit. You try to play this on the West Coast going to tell you that, not around here. We gonna find out. I promise you. Everybody thinks the West Coast is some pussified, easy little snowflake woke haven. Like there ain't some maniacs out here. Like there ain't people out here who do have guns and are completely legal. Like there ain't veterans out here who will defend these streets. Like they pretend the West Coast is just some little silly little play place, man.
With plans still unclear, leaders say they're ready to respond to anything, promising to protect residents and urging peaceful protests. OPD and the DA's office also reiterating they will not assist ICE.
People don't feel safe coming into court to testify. It's our job to make them know that
you want people to do things the right way, but you go take them up when they go to court. And just because they go to court doesn't mean that they missed something. Just because they go to court doesn't mean that they did something wrong. The court is a natural part of the process here for immigration. So I promise you, there's nothing you can say, no argument you can lay out for me that says otherwise, that you are in the right here, or they are in the wrong. You are a traitor, and you're scum. And until you realize that, you stay where you're at. And when you do realize that, you got a lot of making up to do. You got a lot. At least you're not an ICE agent. Them ICE agents have no chance of forgiveness. They are complete sellouts and traitors to everybody, including their own families, including the race they come from. That be native, black, Mexican, whatever. Any race you come from. If you join, you are now you are a traitor to your people. And if you're a poor white person, you're a traitor to your nation and you're a traitor to your class.
We protect their rights no matter what their immigration status is.
President Trump has not recently mentioned any planned action in Oakland, but has hinted at it in the past. County Supervisor Nikki Fortunato-Bass says her guard is up.
I have heard from a trusted source that the Customs and Border Patrol deployment has been canceled for the Bay Area. And I think that means we have to be very vigilant about potential ICE operations this weekend.
Oh yeah, don't let your guard down. I guarantee you they're probably going to do something secret. So we're going to look at part 2 here of this. Part 2 for you. Border Patrol Chief defends tactics as Illinois governor calls for accountability. Boy, I cannot wait to hear the boot defend the leg that's attached to said boot.
President Trump had been planning to send National Guard troops into San Francisco, but after talking by phone with the mayor, the president said today the city is making progress on fighting crime, and he has agreed to hold off on the deployment.
In Chicago, where the president deployed the Texas Guard, protesters clashed again with federal agents. Nicole Skanga talked with their boss and with the governor.
Just leave. Chicago's immigration blitz is expanding. U.S. Customs and Border Protection Chief Patrol Agent Greg Bovino
look at that. The chief traitor of himself
is the architect behind the administration's efforts to arrest tens of thousands of undocumented migrants. First in Los Angeles, now in Chicago. Bovino has led immigration raids and protest.
He looks dumb as hell.
Crackdowns using aggressive tactics to detain individuals. There have been videos, as you know, of federal agents engaging with protesters at this facility here in Broadview. Some show a wide range of less than lethal force deployment, pepper ball shot into the face of protesters, shooting from an elevation, agents putting individuals in a chokehold. Is that...
There's nothing wrong with that to this guy. He thinks that's all great.
Not proper use of force.
I've been here at the Broadview facility during some of those riots, and the use of
riots
force that I've seen has been exemplary.
Exemplary. Motherfucker, your barber does not know what exemplary is. Look at that goddamn haircut of yours. By the way, this right here is the master race, supposedly. This is the master race? This fucking troll doll in a green uniform. Dude looks like Andy Griffith on meth. And this is the master race here? This fucking clown and the rest of them. All of them traitors. I want a Nuremberg for every single one of these. Every single one of these ice cubes, Nuremberg them. I want a Nuremberg trial for every single one of them.
And by exemplary, I would say the least amount of force necessary to accomplish the mission. You mentioned the term less lethal. There's a reason that we use that.
You shot it at a priest's fucking face, you pig. You disgusting fucking cretin. While your little pussies are sitting up there on top of a building, masked up, unidentifiable, shooting at protesters, not rioters, protesters. And you're telling me that's exemplary? Fuck out of here. Your wife gives me exemplary fucking head because you obviously ain't got a dick big enough for it, you fucking small pencil dick piece of shit.
Because what's the other option?
You think use of force here at Broadview has been exemplary?
I do.
Follow the law. Look at the protocols that federal agents are supposed to follow. Follow those.
Today, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker signed an executive order creating a commission to hold accountable federal agents who overstep their authority.
Why collect videos, testimony, firsthand accounts of alleged abuses of federal agents?
Or the future Nuremberg trial these motherfuckers are going to face one day.
Well, what we're seeing is that the protocols, the rules around being a federal agent, the laws are being contravened. They are attacking people on the ground, ICE, CBP. They're going after people just because they're brown or black.
Exactly. And the fact that they call these federal agents. They are federal agents in name only, but let's keep in fact that let's realize they are secret police.
No one above them is holding them responsible. Greg Bovino, who is running the operation in Chicago, is not holding any of them accountable. So we're going to have to keep a record because these people need to be held accountable, and they will be when the Congress changes hands, when the presidency changes hands.
Has anyone here in Chicago been disciplined for use of force?
To my knowledge, no.
Why would we do that? Whenever they shoot somebody in the face with a pepper ball when they're a couple feet away and actually no threat to them, we pat them on the back and we tell them, "Good job, buddy. You're standing up for your country."
As for National Guard deployment here in Chicago, a federal judge has delayed it indefinitely until a final ruling is made or the Supreme Court weighs in. Bovino tells us he needs those soldiers at ICE facilities like the one behind me so he can deploy more immigration agents in the streets.
I can't wait to see those bulldozed and demolished and turned to rehabilitation centers. I know that just probably pissed somebody off. All right. Final round. Virginia could be the next state in congressional map fight. Are we going to start doing proper gerrymandering on our side for once? Fight fire with fire? Let's go.
Virginia might be the next battleground when it comes to the fight over those congressional maps. Now, Democrats in the Commonwealth say they are taking the first steps in preparing to change the congressional maps in favor of Democrats so they can pick up anywhere between 2 to 3 congressional seats.
It's about time. It's about time. Start taking the gloves off. We have just started slowly taking the finger out of the first socket. Let's move to the second finger. Take these gloves off.
Now, Republican-led states like Texas, North Carolina, Missouri, Indiana, Utah, and Louisiana have already redrawn or are considering redrawing their congressional maps. But in Virginia, there's a catch. The state can't redistrict mid-decade without first changing the state's constitution. Here's the process in short. 1, it requires approval from the General Assembly. That could take place this year. Then they would need approval again from lawmakers in January, and then a statewide referendum, likely in early 2026.
In other words, it's probably not going to happen.
And that's where you, the voters, decide. Republicans hold a 5-seat majority in the House, and the idea is that by changing these congressional maps in states like Virginia and in states like California, that it would make Democrats a lot more competitive come the 2026 midterm elections.
If you were in Virginia, and I don't know how many people in Virginia even pay attention, will even see this, may not even make it to the end of the video here, go out and vote when it's time to go out and vote. Listen, dude. I do not consider myself Democrat. It's based on the image the Democratic Party has given people, has given themselves. I don't align with the Democratic establishment. Go vote. And when you're voting against the conservatives, you're not voting against your value as a conservative or your values or beliefs. You're not doing that when you vote against a conservative politician. Let's get that out there right now. You are not betraying your moral values. You are sticking it to the people who you voted for who are not listening to you. But I'm just saying, I still voted for 3 people that I wasn't a big fan of. My morals are still intact. So just because you are on the conservative side of things does not mean that you can't stick it to the people you voted for who are not listening to you and are holding up the guy that's in charge.
This is the plan now, and it requires a lot of additional steps, but we'll be watching it closely.
Good morning.